Amita semesters at Situ Kelumni Buddhist Academy Town. My paper name is the Therapeutic Application of Buddhānussati Meditation for Loneliness or Order Adults Analytical Study. Let me start my presentation. Abstract. Buddhānussati meditation can help reduce psychological loneliness among older adults. Loneliness is a deep psychological problem that cannot be solved by medical treatments or social support alone. Therefore, there is a need to identify an effective psychological support to reduce loneliness among older adults. The objective of this study is to analytically examine the concepts of Buddhānussati meditation and its effect on the psychological loneliness experienced by older adults. This study explores the qualitative research methods based on Buddhānussati's Buddhist scripture and psychological research. The analysis finds that Buddhānussati meditation reduces the psychological suffering arising from loss, separation, and declining social relationships among the elderly. Introduction. Loneliness is not simply the condition of living alone. It is a psychological experience of feeling emotional disconnected from others. A person may be surrounded by many people, but still feels that no one truly understands or shares their thoughts and feelings. Although loneliness affects people of age, research has shown that it is especially common and several among older adults. Loneliness is a deep psychological problem that cannot be solved by medical treatment or social support alone. There is a need to identify an effective psychological approach to reduce loneliness among older adults. This study aims to investigate, on the basis of Buddhist chronic tests and psychological research, how Buddhānussati meditation may be utilized as the therapeutic intervention to alleviate loneliness among elderly individuals. In particular, it is examined how this traditional Buddhist meditation practice can be held older adults reliance on internal social connection and instead build lasting inner peace and emotional resilience. Definition of types of loneliness. Loneliness is a subjective emotional experience that occurs when there is a gap between social relationships a person desires and relationships they actually have. According to the psychologists of Pullman and Pavlov, loneliness is an unpleasant emotional experience that results from a mismatch between a person's desire and actual social relationships. Psychologist Kavachos described loneliness as a person's perception of having insufficient social connection. Researchers generally classify loneliness into three main types: emotional loneliness, social loneliness, and existential loneliness. The Buddhist perspective on loneliness. From Buddhist point of view, loneliness can best be understood as a form of mental suffering known as Buddhānussati. In Pali text, Buddhānussati refers to unpleasant or painful feeling experienced in the mind. In the Buddhānussati 1, the Buddha expounded the first noble truth. The truth of suffering, he enumerates barriers of form or suffering, including sorrows, limitation, physical pain, mental pain, and deep distress. At the conclusion of the Sala Sutta, the Buddha states, one who desires his own well-being should remove his own limitation, sorrow, and mental pain. According to the Abhidhamma, Buddhānussati is an unwholesome mental feeling that arises together with consciousness rooted in aversion. Cause of loneliness. From the Buddhist analytical perspective, cause of loneliness understood in relation to Buddhānussati can be classified into two categories: internal psychological cause and external social relational cause. The internal psychological cause include craving and clinging. Attachment to desire relationships can give rise to painful feelings When those relationships are lost, ignorance and unwise attention also contribute to mental distress. The internal social relations cause including BAE with yogas, separation from those who are dears, and ABH and yogas association with what is unpleasant, as described in the Dhammasaka Buddhānussati. Method or the practicing Buddhānussati meditation. The practice of Buddhānussati is undertaken in 4 progressive stages. First stage, the meditator began by selecting a quiet, peaceful place free from distraction. Second stage, the meditator recite and contemplate the quality of the Buddha. The third stage, as a concentration matured, the practice naturally shift from verbal recitation to silence mental recollection. Fourth stage, visualization, contemplations, and reflection on the perfection can give a right to faith, devoting gratitude, and inner peace. The overreaching purpose of all these methods is to cultivate calm, confidence, and people's mind free from mental distress. Benefits or practice in Buddhānussati meditation. According to the Mahanama Suttas, when a noble disciple recollects the Tathagatas, the mind is not overcome by greed, hatred, and delusion. The mind becomes upright with the Buddhas as its objects. This leads to the rising of joy, raptures, bodily tranquility, happiness, and concentration. This process temporarily suppresses mental hindrance and purifies the mind. The Visuddhi Magas explained that Buddhānussati under the practitioner with confidence, mindful understandings, and merit. The practitioner comes to feel as if he were living in the Buddha's presence. Through repeated contemplation of the Buddha at 9 supreme values, the practice